God, Yahweh, the big man himself. How powerful is he really? If you ask a Christian, most will be quick to tell you that he's an omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent, omnibenevolent, spaceless, timeless, causeless, boundless, immaterial deity, the greatest conceivable being. He's so powerful that you have to capitalize his pronouns. And, if you're Catholic or Orthodox, then that's a fine scaling for him. But, as someone who became a devout Protestant strictly for this video, I decided to ask myself, what does the Bible say? So settle in, because today I'll be answering the most important question in all of Christianity, Sola Scriptura. How high does God Almighty power scale to? I don't know about you, but when I think of God's power, the first thing that typically comes to mind is the creation of the heavens and the earth. The thing is, though, the creation didn't happen instantaneously. It happened over a 6-day period of time. So when taken by itself, Genesis 1 is very ambiguous about what exactly happened. So the highest I can reliably scale this feat to is to multi-solar system levels of power for the creation of individual massive celestial objects, like Ton 618 and Phoenix A. But God didn't just create the universe. He actively sustains and upholds it. Additionally, the Bible states multiple times that Yahweh can destroy the current universe, dissolving the heavens and all the heavenly bodies in it, and then recreate it. And this isn't an over time thing, because it's stated that the heavens will flee at his mere presence. These two feats put Yahweh comfortably at universe-busting levels of power. But it doesn't end there. Our universe is a 4D structure, consisting of 3D space with the fourth dimension of time. And since Yahweh created and sustains the universe, including the invisible things that govern our universe, like dominions or rulers or authorities, he would have created things like time for our universe. This puts him at universe plus levels of power. Now, the Bible does not make it clear that places like the third heaven, Sheol, or Gehenna are separate universes with their own 4D structures, so I won't be using them to scale God to multiversal. But Yahweh scales far higher than multiversal. The Bible states that the heavens and the highest heaven cannot contain him. Some might say that this scales him to outerversal, but our universe doesn't give definitive support that it's more than a 4D construct that Yahweh is transcending. And the Bible doesn't give any real backing for Yahweh's creation having higher dimensional scaling. Because of this, outerversal or even boundless could be a reasonable highball, but this does go outside the realm of Sola Scriptura. However, the verse does definitively show Yahweh transcending at least one 4D construct, his creation. This means that Yahweh is a 5D being, scaling him definitively to low complex multiversal levels of power. So, in layman's terms, he beats any being that can merely create or destroy a multiverse with an infinite amount of universes easily. So, speed is a bit weird, as the Bible doesn't give Yahweh any speed feats. If anything, it gives him an anti-feat, telling us that God experiences 1 day for every 1,000 years on Earth. So, God is 365,000 times slower than the human beings he created? I'm no biblical scholar, but I don't think that's what Peter was trying to say. At the very least, though, God is consistently shown and stated to be above everything, which includes time as explained previously. And because he existed before time and can operate unbound from its flow, he has the textbook definition of immeasurable speed. Additionally, it is directly stated that Yahweh is spatially omnipresent. The Bible also states that he's the beginning and the end, who is and who was and who is to come. He inhabits eternity and is from everlasting to everlasting. So there's a pretty good case for Yahweh being temporally omnipresent as well. While inhabiting all of space and time simultaneously isn't technically speed, it does mean he easily blitzes anyone without both forms of omnipresence, no matter how fast they are. That means he's giving Wally West the Robin treatment. As I'm sure everyone could infer, Yahweh has a massive range of hacks he can draw on. I can't go over all of them, but I will go over the ones I think are most important. Yahweh can warp reality and create laws of reality. He can manipulate the mind, meaning he's the reason you're into your crush and the reason they aren't into you. He can destroy the very soul itself. He can manipulate probability and fate, and he declares the end from the beginning. He literally decided that I would create this video and decided that you would watch it. As far as resistances go, Yahweh has type 1, 5, and 9 immortality, meaning he can only be killed by entities with abilities like existence erasure. He's immune to mind manipulation and reality warping. Honestly, he doesn't have a ton of resistances since the Bible understandably doesn't really show him resisting stuff, but he does have resistances to stuff like time manipulation because he transcends those concepts. Personally, I think that Yahweh's weaknesses are way more interesting. His first weakness is iron chariots. Iron chariots are to Yahweh what chairs are to pro wrestlers. If Pharaoh had upgraded his chariots to the latest Canaanite model, the Israelites would have been cooked. If you're a Christian, hope that no one comes at you with an iron chariot, because not even God can help you. Yahweh is also weak to kings who sacrifice their firstborn sons, but luckily for him, most countries are led by presidents now, so that isn't too big of a worry. On a more serious note, Yahweh is bound by his promises, so if you can get an omniscient God to make a deal with you, then he is locked into whatever he promised. All in all, Yahweh has a lot of hacks and resistances, but he has a few very niche and weird weaknesses that could be exploited, potentially maybe. Durability is another weird one because, understandably, we never see Yahweh get attacked in the Bible, and no statement gives him an explicit durability level. However, considering he existed before he created the 4D structure of our universe from nothing, and he transcends it, he gets low complex multiversal durability, just as with his power. On the other hand, his stamina, intelligence, and range are really easy, so let's do this rapid fire. He does not grow faint or weary. That's infinite stamina. Enough said. It's stated numerous times that Yahweh knows everything. Textbook omniscience. As for his range, since he fills his 4D creation and upholds it, he has Universe Plus range. Possibly low complex multiversal range, since he can't be contained inside his creation. So that's the definitive, dare I say, the only answer to the question of how powerful Yahweh is, according to the Bible. If you disagree with the gospel truth I just expounded, make sure to tell me in the comments exactly why I'm wrong. Anyway, here's a quick list of characters who biblical Yahweh could beat, and a list of characters who would absolutely slam him. I'll probably make a series out of powerscaling other gods and pitting them against Yahweh, so if you want to see how Mormon Yahweh or the Scientology verse would fare against the biblical Yahweh in a fight, make sure to subscribe. In the meantime, here are videos I'm cooking up, so if you're interested in any of them, make sure to be on the lookout. And until next time, peace.